Resident Evil Code Veronica. This masterpiece that released in the year 2000 is actually my favourite Resident Evil game of all time. Even though there is no hard difficulty on the game itself, it's still very challenging, especially for today's standards. Unlike the newer Resident Evil games that give you enough ammo in the actual boss fight to kill the boss, such as Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil Village, there is basically none of that in this game, other than using the linear launcher which is required to kill the final boss. If you turn up to the boss fight unprepared, you're not going to be able to beat the boss. And that's probably one of the reasons why I like this game so much. Despite this difficulty, speedrunners have made this game trivial with the strategies they have developed over the years. There are three main speedrun categories for this game: glitched, glitchless, and knife only. And in this video, I'm going to show you just how easy these boss fights can be on each of these three categories. But first, a message from today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. The guys over at Raid have asked me to make a top 3 that is related to the game, so I decided to list my top 3 favourite champions. Now I have done this top 3 before, but I've got some new arrivals that's going to take spot number 2 and number 3. So Rotos is the champion that remains in my top 3, definitely my strongest champion, so versatile and does so much damage to a lot of other champions. One of the new additions to my team is Helikath. I fused him a couple months ago, finally got him ready to go, and I've been using him in my unkillable clan boss team. So now Helikath is going to place block damage on all of my champions. There we go. The next AoE hit from the clan boss is going to come in and no one takes any damage. And just this guy alone will basically make me last the full 50 turns on the clan boss. And to finish off the top 3, we have Cold Heart. I just picked her up over the weekend with the 2x Void shard event. She's not built out yet, but when she is, she's going to help me a lot on Fire Knight and Spider. This month is huge for Raid. They've just released a brand new faction, the Sylvan Watchers, and I can't wait to get my hands on some of these new amazing champions. They've also dropped Season 5 of the Forge Pass, which contains the new defensive-based Defiant gear. Also, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get your exclusive rewards in Raid right now. And if you're new to Raid, you can click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen and you'll get unique bonuses worth $30. You'll get yourself a free epic champion, Tyrell, which will carry you through the early game, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and an ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in the game. All of these great items will be in your inbox as soon as you launch the game. The Bandersnatch is the first boss fight in the game, and in every single category, the knife is the fastest to use. When the Bandersnatch spawns in, it will attach itself to the left wall. Run up to the Bandersnatch and then swing downwards with the knife. Swinging down will allow you to duck underneath its attack, and the Bandersnatch will be dead in a few swings. The Doctor Zombie is no normal zombie. It's faster, stronger, and has more health than any of the zombies in the game. But his AI, that is somewhat broken, and we can get this zombie stuck in the corner quite easily. The tricky part is dealing with his friend, the normal zombie in the green. Standing here, you can wait for the regular zombie to come towards you and also trigger the Doctor Zombie to get stuck in the corner. Once this zombie is dead, you will notice that the super zombie has found himself stuck in the corner. We can use this to our advantage for a short period of time by getting behind the super zombie and attacking it with the knife. We don't get too close though, because he could still easily turn around and grab us. Using the grenade launcher on the super zombie is significantly easier than using the knife. All you need to do is take 2 steps forward and fire the grenade launcher while looking up. This will one-shot both the super zombie and its friend. The first Tyrant fight is where the knife-only run starts to get very difficult. Run towards the Tyrant in a straight line until he punches you back. You'll then need to swing down once, wait for the Tyrant to take a step, and then swing down again. Swing down twice again after you stand back up, and then take half a step back. You then just need to keep swinging down until the Tyrant is dead. For the glitchless run, you'll be using the grenade launcher. Run towards the Tyrant and then use 7 grenade rounds and that will kill the Tyrant. And for the glitched run, you'll be using the infinite explosive bowgun glitch. Fire 18 of these explosive bolts and the Tyrant will be dead. Onto the plain Tyrant now. Run towards the centre of the room and get knocked back by the tyrant. Just as the tyrant is about to land his overhead attack, run to his left and swing down twice with the knife. The tyrant will then hit you, and you'll just need to repeat this cycle enough times to do enough damage to the tyrant. You'll know he's about to die when he's walking slowly and bleeding more onto the ground. Once you see this from the tyrant, you can then press the button and that will use the box and send the tyrant on his way. For the glitchless run, you'll need to shoot 6 acid rounds at the tyrant. The 6th acid round will stun the tyrant, allowing you to change to grenade rounds and fire 1 more before getting hit. When you stand back up, you need to run behind the tyrant and fire 5 more grenade rounds before getting hit once again. 1 more grenade round will do the trick, and you can then press the button to use the box. Once again, for the glitched run, you'll need to use the explosive bolts, 24 of them to be precise. Once you've shot these 24, press the button and that'll be the end of the tyrant for the entire game. We can use the knife to hit Nosferatu's weak spot. He will stun with 1 precise hit. After that, we can reposition ourselves and get multiple hits on the weak spot in a very precise position. If it's not precise, we may end up hitting the arms on the back and getting stunned by poison clouds.
I've got you now.
For the glitchless run, you can use the sniper rifle. You need to shoot Nosferatu 3 times in his weak spot and once in the head. That will be enough damage to defeat the boss.
I've got you now.
Again, the easiest variation of the fights is using the glitched bowgun. 33 shots will be enough to take him down. Fire the first 3 bolts at close range and that will trigger Nosferatu to attack. Then run to the furthest left part of the helipad and fire away until he dies. If you get good RNG, you won't take any damage from any of the poison clouds. Onto the gulp worm now. For knife only, it's actually faster to not kill this boss, even though you can. The strategy used is to start the elevator countdown, then run back to the door that you came through initially, and then re-enter the room with the elevator in it. This will skip the countdown of the elevator and is especially faster in the door skip speedrun where the door animations have been removed. For glitched and glitchless runs, you need to wait until the gulp worm comes out of the ground and starts screeching. From there, 4 explosive bowgun bolts will kill it. This is one of the 3 bosses in the game that do not need to be killed in order to progress. All you need to do is grab the eagle plate from the swimming pool and leave. You can do this safely and easily by dropping into the pool on the right side and taking a specific line of movement to avoid the albinoid. The spider is the second boss that does not need to be killed. The strategy is pretty simple, but if you get bad RNG, you might get hit a couple of times. Immediately run away from the crane control panel when the cutscene is skipped. Drop onto the ice and then run towards Alexander's earring. Pick it up and then leave the room. Steve is the last of the 3 bosses that can just be avoided. For this strategy to work, you need to be on full health. Run to Steve's left, do a quick turn, and then run away. This will force Steve to swing at the floor, allowing you enough time to reach the end while only taking 1 hit. Alexia knife only is probably the most difficult fight in the entire game. This is because in order to be effective with the knife, you need to get close to the enemy. But if you get too close to this boss, she will grab you and kill you. So you need to hit her from a precise distance in order to stay alive and to do decent damage. Try not to get too greedy though, as when Alexia gets hit, she drops blood onto the floor. This blood can ignite and stun you, and if that happens, you're probably going to die. This fight is insanely easy on both the glitched and glitchless runs. Just fire 3 grenade rounds and she'll be dead. Depending on the RNG, you might get hit, but you're never gonna die. On to the last boss fight of the game. Final Alexia has 3 phases. Phase 1 just needs to take damage from any weapon. So for knife only, run towards her and hit her with the knife a single time. Phase 2 is where the fight really starts to get insane for the knife only run. Alexia has a mountain of health, can stun lock you with the little creatures and also poison you, so make sure you bring an almost full inventory of heals. The best strategy is to go on the left side and just keep swinging down with the knife. Alexia can actually help you out sometimes. If the little bugs are close to the hole where Alexia's tentacle comes out, they can get killed. Hopefully she kills multiple of them and give you a small breather from the bugs, and that will allow you to get in a lot of swings with the knife. That's basically all you can do for this fight. Make sure to heal when you go into caution, and that should minimize the risk of getting stun locked to death significantly. Now phase 3 is technically where the knife only run ends, as the only way to kill the flying Alexia is with the linear launcher. So pick the launcher up and try killing her as fast as possible. As for both the glitched and glitchless runs, the fight is exactly the same. Finish stage 1 by firing a single shotgun shell and then switching to the grenade launcher. For phase 2, you need to get as close as you can and aim up with the grenade launcher. Firing the grenade launcher upwards deals significantly more damage to Alexia, and about 4 to 6 rounds will be enough to kill her. Phase 3 is exactly the same. Grab the linear launcher and take her out as fast as possible. And that is how speedrunners destroy the boss fights on Resident Evil Code Veronica X to make speedrunning the game a little bit easier.